Hello everybody and welcome to SG Outdoors. Today I'm going to be reviewing the LEWS Mach 2 rod and reel combo. This has been a very good combo for me. I really like it. It's my favorite one, really. Okay, we're going to take it down to the pond and we're going to see what it acts like, okay? Alright, see you at the pond. Alright, so this is the LEWS Mach 2. This is my favorite rod and reel combo that I have. I have two other LEWS rod and reels. This is my favorite. I have the LEWS Laser, which is, I think, a step below this one. The Laser is a really good rod and reel combo. This one's a little better. This feels more like a Cadillac. This is a wonderful feeling rod and reel. It casts very smooth, has good action on this rod. This is a 7-foot rod. Everything about this I like. There's only one thing that probably isn't the best in the world. This green. This used to be real bright green, but when you're fishing with it over the years, it starts turning black and everything. But that's just what happens when you get fish on your hands and you keep on fishing. Anything you fish with, you're gonna get it dirty. But this is a very good combination. I'm catching moss. This has the 7.5:1 ratio on your crank. It's got a very good drag system right here. There's star drag. It's in a good location. Anytime you catch a fish, if you need more drag, you can sit there and push that star forward. If you need less drag, if he's a really big fish and you need to let him play a little bit, pull it backwards. It's right there. It's got little audible clicks. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Awesome. I like audible clicks. Same thing for your tension knob right here. That tension knob has audible clicks. When you turn it up or turn it down, I like to hear that clicking sound. Some of the LEWS rods and reels don't have that, and you're just turning your tension knob and you don't hear anything. You're just tightening it up. I prefer to have that audible click on there where you can tell where you are. Very smooth, ergonomic. It feels good in your hands. See how this kind of tapers down, this handle? Fits in your hand just right. Awesome. These spinners here are round and they're large. They're very large. They're larger than most rod and reels that you have out there. I like that. It's very handy. The 7-foot rod is the Mach 2 speed stick. It is very strong. I've pulled in some big fish with this rod. The rod has never given me one bit of trouble. It is just strong, and you can cast with it. You can flip with it. This is just an all-around. It's kind of a utility combo. I mean, you can kind of do everything with it. All right, this is kind of the medium line of the LEWS rods and reels. It's not cheap, but it's not the expensive ones either. To be honest with you, I've never had the expensive ones, so this is actually the best one I've got. I mean, this does everything I need. There's no reason for me to go and buy a more expensive rod and reel. I've caught 60-pound black drum with this setup and didn't have the first bit of problem. It's very strong. The retrieve is very smooth with this. It also has the 10 bearing system. This is the bearing system in there. It's got magnetic brakes. You can set those magnetic brakes to where you don't backlash near as much. Set your set your magnetic brakes to about 5, about halfway, and adjust your tension knob to where your lure just barely falls when you click it back. When your lure starts falling, that's when you know you have it set correctly. I usually click it one more time, just a little bit tighter. That way I get good casting and no backlash. Very critical for rods and reels to have the magnetic brakes and the tension knob so that you can keep the backlash off of your reels every time you cast. Okay, this rod and reel combo is very good for just about any kind of bait you want to throw, except for maybe the smaller, like little crickets and things like that, the beetle spins and things like that, maybe a little bit small for a bait caster. It likes to throw heavier lures, like your frogs, spinner baits, all kinds of crankbaits. This is basically made for a crankbait setup, but you can throw all kinds of baits with it. My favorite is, I love to throw frogs. Spinner baits are like my second favorite. But being a middle of the line rod and reel, this will kind of do anything that you want to do. I mean, I can't see you needing anything unless you start going saltwater fishing and going for the big grouper and things like that. You're going to need one of those big old reels. But this one, I've taken it fishing saltwater. I've taken it catching redfish, like I say, black drum, trout, and I love to catch black bass with it. So if you're there's a turtle chasing it. I don't want to get no turtle. If you're a beginner fisherman, this is still a very good rod and reel to learn with. Now, you can get cheaper ones than this, but you know, you're not helping yourself any. This is going to allow you to start and grow in the bait casting world of bass fishing. It is so much nicer when you have a bait caster. You can control where your bait falls a lot better than, say, a closed-faced rod and reel. What you do is when you're casting, you click the release button, hold it with your thumb, let go with your thumb, and you can control tension on the spinner with your thumb, and that right there will allow you to drop that bait in anywhere you like. You have a lot more control with a bait caster than you do with an open or a closed-faced reel. Okay, so that is about it for the LEWS Mach 2. I've got pros and cons with it. I have a bunch of pros. I mean, this is a very strong rod. The reel is awesome. I love the smoothness of it. It's ergonomic. It's very comfortable in your hand. I like the large spinners here for your crank, and the drag is awesome. 7.5 to 1 ratio on your crank is very nice to have for reeling in. If you like to fish fast, that'll get your lure in fast. The looks of it are just really good. I like this green. It is pretty cool. If you don't like green, they have like a couple of different colors, not for the Mach 2. I think like the Mach Crush or something has different colors and so on. But this one is green, and I like it. Just through the years, it'll start getting a little dirty. That is one of the cons that I don't, it'll get dirty after, using your fish hands all over it after a while. The other con that I don't like is it is a 7-foot rod, but it's a one piece. Like if you're going to travel, you can't break this down and put it in your car. You're going to have to put this thing in your car as it is, and it's pretty long. So if you have a small car, you might have trouble getting it in there. That is another con with this. However, rods that break down have a tendency to be not as strong as a one piece. But that's also a pro. That's a pro and a con. So anyway, all in all, this is a great rod and reel combo. I promise you, you will not be dissatisfied with it. I like it a lot. Also, one of the pros that I like about this is the audible clicks that the tension spool has. You can hear that clicking. I love that. That's one of my favorite things about this rod and reel, because whenever I use this quite a bit. Anytime you change a bait from a heavy bait to a light bait, or a light bait to a heavy bait, you're going to need to adjust your tension spool in order to keep it from backlashing on you. And those audible clicks are awesome. And I have another video that shows you how to set the tension knob and the magnetic brakes in unison to get your best function versus backlash. And at the end of this video, I will have that posted. All you got to do is just click on the icon, and it will take you to that video, and it'll show you how to set those to keep from getting a backlash. Okay? But anyway, that is it for the review of the LEWS Mach 2 rod and reel combo. If there's anything that I missed, please comment below. If you like my videos, please hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to my videos, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.